Good evening. Welcome to Outlook India. Today we are with the Union Minister of Education and the candidate for the Sambalpur Lok Sabha constituency, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji. Sir, thank you so much for joining us for this interview.
Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. What made you return to Odisha, to the electoral fray this year? Because in between, you were mostly in the Rajya Sabha in between. So, what brings you back to the Lok Sabha elections in Odisha?
I am grateful to my party. Party sent me twice to Rajya Sabha at a very young age. But my age is not for Rajya Sabha, really. So I won once legislative assembly election here in Odisha. Again, in 2004, I won the Lok Sabha. So I am a Karyakarta of public activities of election. So this time I seek permission from my party to contest Lok Sabha election from Odisha. I am thankful to my leadership. They have permitted me to contest this election from this prestigious seat, Sambalpur.
Sir, just before the elections about 1 month ago, there were sort of media reports, discussions that there might be an alliance between the BJD and the BJP, but that did not materialize. So what happened? What would you say about these reports?
I don't have any information about any alliance plan. My party is very clear on certain things. We are a separate party from BJD in Odisha. We are fighting political level with each other since last 3 elections. This time, due to lack of governance, lack of any vision, people are unhappy with the incumbent government, with the leadership of the incumbent government. People want a change. Bharatiya Janata Party is the natural party of alternative ideas in Odisha. So Bharatiya Janata Party is contesting this election like last time on its own, and we are confident we are winning all the 21 Lok Sabha seats and we are getting majority in state assembly, and Bharatiya Janata Party will form the government in Odisha after election.
Sir, the campaign has really heated over the last 10 days. So I have also been in the state. And this issue that the Prime Minister raised last week about the, Odia language and culture, that we should have a chief minister who will be able to speak the people's language. So don't you think this has been resurrected? Like this issue was nowhere earlier. What is your response to this issue? How do you see it in the issue of language?
It's a very much issue, is very important and very pertinent. Let me clarify. This time there is a different scenario. When we are completing the 100 years of our statehood, let us see the socio-economic condition of the state. Malnutrition, child mortality, dropouts at matriculation level. These are the highest among the countries' comparison if you look into the Odisha's statistics. 1/3 of the state's population is compelled to migrate out of state in search of livelihood. There is no drinking water in the villages. There is no drinking clean water in the urban areas of the state. There is lack of irrigation facility in the paddy fields, in the rural area. There is no agri-marketing ecosystem in the state. These are the primary cause of unpopularity of local government. Therefore, Prime Minister Modi appealed to the society when the state, there's a unique and a typical situation has arisen due to decision of the Chief Minister of the state. He failed to nominate a single Odia person out of this 4.5 crore Odia people as his inheritor, as his successor. Some compulsion might have there with him. He chosen an outsider, a bureaucrat. Till few months he was serving as an officer. In those days we have our opinion on that person. He is doing political thing. He is not doing constitutional, he is not disposing his constitutional responsibility as an administrative officer. People are not accepting that model. They are like the issue of who will run the show in Odisha. That's the Prime Minister in his own way said, an Odia born and Odia speaking person will lead the state. That's the cause, that's the issue of the society today in Odisha.
Sir, this thing which you said about the potential successor, I understand that to be Mr. Pandian. So, also the BJP has alleged that Mr. Navin Patnaik is not in good health and the status of his true health is being hidden from the people. So,
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Okay.
It's not fair to comment anybody's personal well-being.
Okay.
But who is an elected person? He is bound to accountable to the society. A proxy cannot run the system. I wish Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha should live long. He should complete his century, his 100th year. I pray in front of God to a good life of Mr. Patnaik. But when he is an elected person, he is accountable to society. He should run the show. My information, the Chief Secretary of State has not met Chief Minister since last 6 months. The Director General of Police has not met him after his present appointment. No secretaries are permitted to take order and instruction from the Chief Minister. Not a single cabinet minister is permitted to get into his room. So what kind of democracy is here? What kind of constitutionality is here?
So you reject all these, these headlines of, friendly fight, or there are, sometimes projections that after the elections, the two parties might come together again. Or sometimes people are saying that, in assembly, they have, it will be BJD, and parliament, there might be BJP, that there's some sort of an understanding. You reject these kind of...
I don't think that situation is there in ground today. You are also touring the state.
Yes.
There's a clear-cut Modi wave in state. We are going to win all the parliamentary seats and we are going to get majority in state assembly, and BJP is going to form its own government in Odisha.
Sir, since you have joined the campaign in a major way, the BJD has also stepped up against attacks against you, sometimes without taking your name. So, does that make you an automatic CM candidate? Would you like to comment on that?
Some compulsion might have there with him, but my party doesn't function believes in that way. We are a collective party, we are a collective leadership party, and there is a process how a leader, head of the government will be decided in our party. So I am a karyakarta of my party. Let they attack me personally or directly or indirectly. In a democracy, when you are in election fray, you are leading a campaigning, so you have to face the challenges. I don't take it personally. They are opposing BJP. They are opposing Prime Minister Modi. Rather than they don't have any moral courage to oppose Prime Minister Modi by name. So they are using somebody's proxy. Let them do that. But it's not on me. I don't see any personal angle on this issue.
Sir, about some major issues of Western Odisha, as I have seen, there is a lot. This has been a hotbed of farmers' movement from history, from the time of Hirakud Dam was constructed. So, what are some of BJP's plans for the farmers? I talked to a lot of farmers. They are suffering due to high electricity bills. Many of them are talking about lack of irrigation and MSP for paddy. So, would you like to tell us about that?
We have promised in our Sankalpa Patra, there is a Modi guarantee per quintal will purchase paddy with 3,100 rupees. The way we have done that in Chhattisgarh. There will be no chutney. There will be no middleman in the process. Directly, government, primary agriculture society will purchase the paddy from the farmers. Paddy will be stocked at mandi. From there, government will send it to the designated millers. The transaction will be in between government, primary agriculture society tax and farmers. And price will be 3,100. Today, Government of India is giving price as 2,183 rupees. State should have given some additional resource on that, the way Chhattisgarh is doing. They failed to do that. Once they have promised in around 2015, they have promised 100 rupees of additional bonus. But they did not fulfill their promise, they did not give it. Rather, there is anger against BJD government. They have cheated farmers. Bharatiya Janata Party will give 3,100 rupees per quintal in Odisha.
Sir, as I saw, compared to earlier, this time in these elections, Odisha has assumed a bigger prominence, because earlier it was seen as sort of a done deal. Do you think this is because BJP's performance in other state has been affected or is being assessed differently, or what are the reasons for this?
We have lost somewhere and we'll cover up somewhere. It's not that way. We fought the election of Uttar Pradesh the way, the aggression, the focused manner. We have a pattern. We have repeated that in Kerala. We have repeated that in Nagaland. We have repeated that in Bengal. We have repeated that in Gujarat. We have repeated that in Bihar. We are repeating that in Odisha also. BJP is a well-oiled organization network in the state, in the entire country. We are focused how to campaign in the election. We are doing that here also. There is no somewhere we lost, somewhere we wake up. It's not that case.
Sir, one last question. So this in Sambalpur, last year on Hanuman Jayanti, there was an incident of, religion-based tensions were there. And there have been statements about how the government handled this. There have been allegations that the BJP is trying to polarize the society here. So what is your take on that?
Don't go by BJP's point of view. Go by local police past information report. The miscreant has been patronized by state government. This is the primary information of local police, the local police stations. They are biased. They do appeasement politics. There is a huge reaction in the society.